Hello everybody, I'm Adam Bigelow. I'm the product manager for Total Workstation here at Atlas Copco. Today we're going to take a deep dive into the ILT software. You're going to learn how to set it up, configure it, how to utilize the software in the best way possible, and then we're going to talk about some of the troubleshooting you may need to know as well. So let's take a closer look. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take the base station out of the box, you're going to plug it in, power it up. Once you've established that and you have it powered up, then what you're going to do is go into the System tab on the base station and you're going to configure the IP address you want for the system here. And once you've done that, you can actually then go to that IP address in the web browser that you've established. And this is where you're going to have access to the web browser. Once you're in the web browser and you go into the Settings tab, this is where you're going to see exactly what you have just configured on the base station itself. So you're going to see your IP address, you're going to see your subnet, your gateway, and on this setting tab, you can see some other information as well. Now, while you're doing the process, if for some reason you have to make a change to the IP address or anything along those lines, once you do that in here, you're always going to have to restart the system. And essentially what that's doing is that's going to apply the changes that you have made. So once we go into the system and you have configured the actual base station and you've configured the IP of the base station, you can then go into the config on the web browser that you see here on the screen. And then this is where you're going to make some selections from the startup process, right? So you're going to input the PowerFocus IP, you're going to put the PF port, and you're going to select Ethernet. Now, in this case, this is connected to a PowerFocus 6000 system or something going through Ethernet. Now, in the case of the PowerFocus 4000, if you are using a serial cable, that's where you're going to want to select this portion right here where it says RS-232. You're going to need to select that if you're using a serial port instead of an Ethernet port. As we move down the list, you're going to see offline, and the offline is only ever going to be used in a demo purpose. It's never going to be used if you're putting this on the customer's line and this is going to be used every single day. So don't worry about that there. When we look at timeout, timeout here shows the ability to have how many seconds will the tool take before it times out outside of the area. So as you're moving that tool around within the station, if you, let's say you have a 3 meter max that the tool can work in space-wise and you go outside of that, how long is that tool going to be able to run before it shuts off? And that's where you can select this. As we go down, you have the ability to lock out by I/O. Over here, so this is where when you have taken the tag out, it's on the tool, the tag itself is going to have a serial number on it that you can actually put in here, or you can just start the discovery mode, and what it will do is it will look for the current tag that's powered up next to the base station. As we go down from there, we have the tool type. So here you can actually see the two different versions that we have. So we either have pistol or angle, and you're going to select the type of tool that you have associated with this tag in this base station. As we move down from the tool type, we have mode. And mode is essentially 3 different ways of using ILT on the customer's floor. So you have control, meaning the ILT system is not only controlling the tool within a certain area, but it's also controlling the PSET that the tool is actually running. And where this becomes important is with ILT, you have the ability to have 2 different orientations because of the gyroscope in the tag. So what happens is if you're running a vertical down part and you rotate that tool to do a horizontal part, it's automatically going to change the PSET for you. So that's where control mode comes into play. If we look at confirm, confirm is essentially just confirming that it's in the location and that it's going to run the PSET or the job that's being selected by the controller. And then you can see the last thing, which is just a tethering mode, meaning the PSET, nothing ever changes. All you're looking to do is make sure that the tool stays in the pitch or the formatting that you have established in that station. I hope you found this video informative. If you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your Atlas Copco representative. Thank you.